Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel.
Hope you have a wonderful day. In today's video, we're going to talk about
Hidden cost of buying property.
if you guys are new to this channel, we usually cover a lot of topics when it comes to personal finance, our own personal finance and our journey in order for us to achieve financial freedom.
Yes.
So if you like this type of stuff, don't forget to subscribe, comment, thumbs up. That'd be muchly appreciated.
Yeah. We're thinking about this topic because we were just talking with our friends, the couple, and they feel like they're behind because they are not owning their own property. They
Yep.
want to get into the market but feel the stress of
The pressure, the
pressure,
social
yes.
pressure, because
people
everyone
can
else.
the impression of people seeing you as a renter as opposed to a homeowner.
Yeah.
But we're just trying to tell them it doesn't really matter. Does it really matter? I think maybe the
It might also because we're a property owner and they're
Yeah.
not. We can say that because we're an owner.
Yeah.
Because they haven't experienced that as well. And I'm sure there's people out there that is in the same boat, especially once you get married and have kids and
You want to have a stable home.
Yeah.
You don't want the landlord keep increasing the rent at this, especially at this stage now. Interest rates going up, and then landlord going to pass the interest to the renter as well. So they just worry the rent is going to increase. They have to look for another place to move.
That's it. And we did the numbers and we explained to them, listen, as a renter, sometimes it doesn't make sense to buying a property.
Yeah.
Because to give you an understanding of it, let's say if you're renting about $700 per week, at worst case scenario, you probably have 10 weeks of admin costs. You know, that's 6 weeks bond, removalers, this, that, admin cost. It's about 10,000, 10 times the rental income, the rental. So if it's $700 a week, it will be about $7,000 that you have to fork out. Versus if you're buying a property where you need 20% deposit with an average property around our area, let's say $1 million,
Yeah.
you need, what is that,
200,000 just as the deposit, exclude any other additional cost. And now we're telling you what are the hidden costs involved when you buy one.
So after going through purchase a few different properties, so here are the couple of things that you kind of have to consider.
Yes.
So the first one would be
Lender mortgage insurance.
LMI, lender's mortgage insurance. If you're buying at less than 20% deposit, you will have to pay lender's mortgage insurance.
I still remember one or two of our properties when we invested, we only pay 5%. We were just trying to accumulate that as quick as we could at that time. Anyway, so once we pay 5% of the property and then look at the loan amount, the mortgage amount, how come it's only 5,000 less than the purchase price?
It turned out to be that. Yeah, exactly, right? I'm like,
we bought it at 280. I think it was 280 somewhere in Queensland. And then the loan amount was 270 something.
After the admin cost
everything.
And then putting the lender's mortgage insurance, and I'm like, oh, so it's actually added onto the loan.
Yeah.
So, and then I have to pay that over 30 years.
So my 5% gone. So the 5% pay for the fees, other fees.
Correct. So be mindful of that because sometimes it's not worth. You would rather actually pay 20+% deposit.
Yeah.
After our experience, yeah, I would rather have that. So that way I don't have to pay extra additional costs, especially if you calculate your lender's mortgage insurance over 30 years.
The thing is, it's not much, the lender mortgage insurance. It's like a few $1,000s, depends on the price. I can't really remember. But then it depends on the price of your property. But that loan spread into 30 years. It is a lot.
It's a lot. It's equivalent to
you'd rather save it up if you can.
Another one, it will be building and pest inspection. This is, I guess, one of the key factor when you're buying a property. You had your experience. You want to?
Yeah, if you go for strata, apartment, you have to have the strata report and see the construction, the structure of it. We try to sell one of our property is an apartment, and then the buyer got the report and saying all these defects, that defects, and then they stop it. But yes, you're not going ahead to purchase that property, but you still have to spend that money. It's not a lot. It's like a few $100s, I think.
It's a very small amount. over like a big scale of things. However,
You have to.
and you have to actually read it. I mean,
Or your lawyer will read it for you.
yes, some lawyer or some solicitor, some legal people bound to actually give you bits and pieces what you look after, what you look into.
And they do give you recommendation too. I remember before my first ever property, did that strata report. It was an apartment as well, and then did the report and found out it was the top level and it was leaking from the roof. So the lawyer said
not recommended.
Yes, not recommended. So I just forfeit that.
Yeah.
So I pay for the report. I don't think I have paid any deposit, or I can get it back.
Right.
Yeah, but it is a lot of headache and trouble.
Sometimes the report is like all of this jargon that's
100 pages.
and it does not meet your normal standard language, let's say.
Yes.
So it might be a little bit confusing as well. So you really do need to read that. Sometimes it's a booklet.
Yes.
The next one will be conveyancing and legal fees. These are your expertise that's supposed to be in your side. That will give you all this recommendation, let's say.
Yeah, when you go through with exchange contract, of course you need a solicitor to represent you. Some people they don't like it, but then for us, we highly recommend that you need to use a solicitor.
Correct.
Because they'll read all those documents for you and then represent you.
Gives you bits and pieces to go, because of this and that, let's say, something that you probably
change it or have to be aware of.
For example, one of our property, we try to sell it, and then apparently it can be demolished.
Cannot be demolished.
Oh, it cannot be demolished.
Right.
Or maybe a heritage, or if you want to have like a multi-level story house, you can't do that because of different zoning and all that. The next one would be.
I haven't done it, that would be like $2,000.
Oh yeah, on an average is about $2,000. That's at the current date.
Yeah.
I mean, you can get it cheaper somewhere else, but that's what we pay.
Yes.
Originally. So.
Yeah, in Sydney.
Yeah. The next one.
Stamp duty.
This is
depends on if you're a first home buyer or the house price is below certain amount of money. You can get it free, but where in Sydney? Tell me.
It's pretty much, it's actually a cost of the government for you to purchase a property, purchasing an asset. So be mindful of that. Sometimes it can get quite hefty.
Just in here, $1 million median price around this area, 1 million, 2 to 3 bedroom apartment. So your stamp duty will be $40,000 and you have to save it up from your pocket.
Correct.
You can't get a loan from it.
No.
Can you? I don't think so.
No.
It's additional.
Well, you can,
because
if you're really, really tricky, you probably can get
you can get a personal
loan somewhere. But yeah.
No, you don't want to. No. $40,000, another one.
So,
how many weeks can you rent it? Let's say $1,000. It's 40 weeks of your rent. So a whole year.
The next one will be a loan application fee. If you going through with your, let's say, to the bank, they're bound to charge you just to have this pile of paper.
Yes.
Here and there. That's the not just going through the bank. If you're going through with a mortgage broker, obviously that's how they make their money.
Mortgage broker, they don't charge you.
They do.
Do they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, well, my one is. Maybe some people don't. The loan application fee, because for them to actually do all the paperwork, it costs them time.
Even it doesn't work, it costs the time. Yes, you're right.
Correct. So, because they do heavily invested on your product, let's say, to find you the best product or the cheapest product there is for you, depending on what your circumstance is going to be. There's bound to be fees of that. Sometimes it's only a one-off fee, sometimes it's built in your loan. So, next one. If you're buying a house and you're moving from one place to another place, it's quite hard to find a perfect timing. What if you need to storage your stuff, your furniture? We have a friend going through it at the moment, right? So they're thinking of buying a property. It might be about 9 months down the track because they need to get all the paperwork, making sure that they have the deposit as well, sustainable amount of deposit.
Substantial?
That's it. That's the word. So for that to happen, so they have to, I guess, extend their rental property for 9 months instead of 12 months. And
is that
to
what they
me,
said? 9 months. Okay.
9 months. So instead of 12 months, they want to go 9 months. But to me, that's equivalent your storage costs.
Yeah.
Or if not, maybe you have to hire a storage place where you have to move your furniture, put it in the storage, go somewhere in a smaller apartment, let's say, or smaller property until you find your dream home. So the storage space maybe can cost you, maybe about 1 year sometimes.
Yeah.
Or maybe even more, or maybe less. But understand that there might be a cost of that, because some people don't want to buy a new furniture.
No.
So,
Next
but
one?
sometimes you actually get a house with the furniture involved.
Oh, you can. Yes.
So, the next one.
Last but not least, removalist cost. They're really pricey. Remember once?
Yeah.
You know which one I'm talking about?
We had a property that we purchased, and the removal cost, I think it was like $5,000. I'm like, what type of stuff have you got in here? And it turned out to be, there's a different packages on the removalist.
Yeah.
There's, if you don't want to lift a finger, they will pack it for
everything for you.
And this tenant choose that option. So because they have to move out, and we're willing to pay the removal cost.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting a $5,000 removal cost, but it works out to be, they choose the premium.
Of course, they don't have to pay. I would do the same, would you? Of course. I'll make sure neat and tidy.
Yeah.
Put it back to the new house.
I was like, okay, so we should really have a cap next time we buy a property. We're willing to pay you your removal costs, however, at a cap of
or
this
maybe subsidize 50% of it.
Or something like that, you know what I mean? Because, and then we had the new people moving in. How much is your removal cost? Oh, $500. A massive difference, because they have to pack it themselves.
Yeah.
They're just hiring a truck. Whereas this, the other tenant, because we have to, I guess,
cancel the contract earlier than it should be.
Yeah,
in a better way.
Yeah, it is our fault that yes, we have to cancel your contract. To make it easier, we're willing to pay your removals. But yeah, removal costs, it can go from $500 to $5,000.
I know.
So
it's another extra cost. Yeah.
So those are just the hidden costs, I guess, when you're thinking of buying a property.
Yep. Don't think it's really glamorous. It's hard. It's a lot of money.
Yeah, that's why when I talk to people who is renting and mentioning, goes, oh,
I really want to get into the market now.
And I'm like, but you're only in it for $10,000 or $15,000 at best. Like maybe 20,000.
Yeah.
And whereas when you're buying a property, hundreds of thousands.
Yes, that's right.
And you have the ability of, okay, you're kicking me out, that's fine. I just pack my bag, go to the next street.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
And sometimes that might be a bit bigger and a cheaper rate.
Yes.
You know, for example, our tenant, we increased their rent by $5
per week.
They got so upset they decided to move out.
I don't know if they got upset or not, but then we told the agent we're going to follow the market price, whatever you think is right. And so it's only $5, and okay, tenants don't want to move.
The agent told us to jack it up to like $20.
Oh yeah,
and I'm like,
we said only $5.
No, just jack it up for $5.
Because they've been there for like 2-3 years, and during COVID as well.
And we know they have kids, and I'm like, no, I won't go to the market price. I'm just $5 a week instead. And I thought they were gonna stay for another 12 months.
Yeah.
But it turned out to be they moved out.
Anyway, the current tenant, they pay a lot more.
Yeah.
Like $20-$30 more.
As an owner, like, okay, great, you're moving out, but the new tenant, instead of that $5 extra, we ended up getting an extra, like, what was it, $30?
Yeah, $20 to $30. But we have to pay the agent's letting fee. Yeah. And because the agent's the fee, management fee, is based on percentage, which means we have to pay the agent more as well.
Correct.
So there's all these costs.
So
I think 1 or 2 is done. Like kids, 1 or 2 are done. Just like having kids.
So if you guys find this information somewhat useful, by all means subscribe, comment, and hit a comment. Actually, thumbs up. That would be muchly appreciated. So this is the hidden costs of buying property.
See you next time.
Bye.